This is Dr. Andrew Weil, standing in True Food Kitchen in Fashion Island, Newport Beach. And I want to remind you to please keep watching WTV's OCE edition.
It's just so easy, but too much you need TV.
Welcome to California Glitz Magazine. I'm your host, Sherry Farah. I am so excited. I'm here today with Dr. Andrew Weil, co-owner of True Food. Hi, Dr. Weil.
Hi.
Now, you came a long way, all the way from Tucson, right?
Actually, I came down from British Columbia where I spend the summers, but I live in Tucson.
Okay, and this is such an incredible idea. It's an incredible concept. Tell me about the genesis for you, how this began.
I'm a long-time cook, and I'm a good cook, and over the years people have tried my food and said you ought to have a restaurant. I was smart enough to know that I know nothing about the restaurant business, that it's a tough business, so I was never tempted by that. But I always wanted to see my food philosophy tried out in the real world. 3 years ago, a mutual friend introduced me to Sam Fox, who is a very successful restaurateur based in Arizona. And I proposed to him the concept of a restaurant that would serve wonderful, delicious food that was also healthy. And I don't think anyone has brought together the worlds of fine restaurant dining and healthy eating. He didn't think it would sell, and his tastes in food were very different from mine. I think he was thinking I meant all tofu and sprouts. So I invited him and his wife to dinner at my home. I cooked for them. He was interested, thought he would give it a try. So we opened the first True Food Kitchen in Phoenix in September of 2008. The nutritional philosophy is my anti-inflammatory diet. I trained the executive chef. A lot of the recipes here are mine. And I think to Sam's surprise, this rapidly became a very successful restaurant concept. And now we've had a chance to bring it to California. We're going to be opening a third one in Scottsdale in October, and then one in Santa Monica in next year in April. And then we hope to grow from there.
So nationally?
That is our hope.
You know what, it's such an incredible concept, and it's something, you know, the message I believe you're delivering is how important food is for health and wellness.
I think more and more people know that, but in my experience, most people think that there's an opposition between healthy food and food that gives you pleasure, and that's absolutely not so. But many of us have had the experience of eating health food or going into restaurants that advertise themselves as being healthy and the food is weird or boring. I really wanted to show people that you can make absolutely delicious, pleasurable food with simple recipes, wonderful ingredients that really are good for you. And many people who eat here, one of the first things they say is they feel good afterwards, which is not always most people's experience when they go out to eat.
And define for us, for example, organic or where you're not using antibiotics. And,
right. We try as much as possible to use organic produce here, especially for the crops that are known to be most contaminated. We emphasize local, sustainable foods. The restaurant serves a bit of meat, but mostly it's fish and vegetables. Some poultry. This is really based on the two healthiest cuisines in the world, the Mediterranean diet and the traditional Asian diet, especially Japanese diet.
It really is. I watched you on YouTube before I did this interview, and I love the recipe you were doing with kale. Kale, yes, that was brilliant.
Whoever would think that Americans would be eating raw kale, this is actually a traditional recipe from Tuscany that I brought back. It uses a variety of kale called black kale, grown in Tuscany. And the secret is to let it sit in a dressing of fresh lemon juice, olive oil, garlic, red pepper, salt and pepper. That's then tossed with cheese, but letting it sit for 10 or 15 minutes in this dressing softens the kale and removes any bitterness, and it makes it very delicious.
Right. I've read all your books, of course, and because you truly are a mentor to me in so many ways. But one of the things I remember reading where you were talking about vitamins are important, but think of it maybe more as an insurance for your body.
Absolutely. Vitamins and supplements are not substitutes for the whole foods that contain them. At best, they're partial representations of the spectrum of things that nature gives us. But I think that vitamins and supplements can be useful as, just as you said, insurance against gaps in the diet. I grow a lot of my own food. I cook for myself. I'm a very careful shopper. And I take a good daily multivitamin, multi-mineral, because there are days when, for one reason or another, I don't eat all the fruits and vegetables that I should.
Right, exactly. Well, I love True Food. It's an amazing place. It's magical because you walk in, and not only is the food delicious, but the ambiance, it's just immediate.
Right, and Sam Fox has made a commitment to use natural materials, sustainable materials to really adhere to green guidelines in the restaurant building. So, we're trying to carry this message throughout.
Now, I have to ask you, Dr. Weil, so after I have dinner here today, which I'm going to have, will I walk out of here like looking 10 years younger and 10 pounds thinner if I
think you have to eat here every day.
Okay, there it is. You got it from the king. I can't tell you how much I enjoy this interview with you, and I thank you so much. It's an honor.
Okay, good. Good to see you.
I'm here with Nancy Christiana here at True Foods, which is absolutely gorgeous, and you are involved with Oceana. Tell me your position there.
I'm a development manager for Oceana, and I'm here in Orange County because we run one of the largest fundraising events in Orange County.